This is a very personal video. In this video, I share with you, with my students, with my viewers, how I spent last Saturday night. There was nothing extraordinary that night, and that was a few days back. Last Saturday was a few days back. And there have been innumerable such nights in my life right from the time I was a schoolboy. I hope that what I tell you acts as a source of inspiration, acts as a source of motivation to you. Before I explain what I did on Saturday night, I would like to specify a couple of things. The first of these is that I am an inveterate night owl. I don't know when I became a night owl. Maybe I was born a night owl. If you are a night owl yourself, you should certainly try to emulate me. And how can you know whether you are a night owl or not? Conduct marathon night study sessions for a few days and find out whether you are comfortable with them. If you are certainly a night owl, and you are certainly in good company. The second thing is that I really love my subject, and I really enjoy my work. It is my work, of course. It is also my hobby. It is my passion. It is my addiction. When teachers talk of how studying the same area or the same topic can become monotonous, I feel sad because my work, however repetitive it be, can never become monotonous to me. I have spoken of how studying the same topic or the same area can become monotonous myself, but that is because I have realized that many students do not share my passion for the subject, and working in the same area can indeed become monotonous. In my case, my subject is my passion, my addiction, my mania, and people around me call me an addict, a maniac, a crazy guy, but these things don't affect me. The fact is that I'm an inveterate workaholic, and even at this age, I work something like 17 or 18 hours a day on an average. I arrived home a little before 5:30 in the evening and had a light dinner. I was feeling a bit exhausted, so I decided to take a nap. From 6 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. I slept. I got up at 8:30 p.m. and decided to take bath in cold water. Decided to have a cold shower. Please remember that I live in South India, where we don't have winters. And so it's always healthy, it's always refreshing to have a cold shower. But if you live in a cold country like Canada or in parts of India where the winters are quite heavy, you have to think twice before emulating me. I was at my desk before 9 o'clock in the night, before 9 p.m., and thus the marathon work session, the marathon study session began. I decided to break my marathon work session at 1 hour intervals. At 10 p.m., for example, at 11 p.m., for example, I drank a glass of water. The water was not, I repeat, in my study. It was in a room in another part of the house. I had to go to the kitchen and drink the water. The idea is to provide the body an opportunity for movement, not just a glass of water. I also took a short walk at 11 p.m., at 10 p.m. and also at 11 p.m. I walked for 5 minutes in the compound of the house. I decided to pause the session at midnight, at 12 midnight. I had a meal, a simple, protein rich, healthy meal. And then I rinsed my face in cold water. At 12:30 a.m., the session, the marathon work session restarted. About 1 hour later, at 1:30 a.m., I drank a glass of water, took a 5 minute walk, and rinsed my face in cold water. The idea is to prevent the dehydration of the body and to ensure that the body and the mind, of course, do not gravitate towards sleep. At 2:30 a.m., I had a cup of coffee. I love coffee very much and I drink coffee, but I try not to allow the drinking of coffee to become an addiction. At 3:30 a.m., I had some water. I took a 5 minute walk and I also rinsed my face in cold water. This was repeated at 4:30 a.m. and 5:30 a.m. as well. I drink water, I take a walk, I rinse my face in cold water. The marathon work session came to an end at 6:30 a.m. I concluded the session and went to sleep with a sense of elation in my heart. I made it a point to resist the temptation to continue the work into the next day. There is always the temptation to do it. But it is not at all advisable unless you are willing to damage your own health and cause chaos in your schedules. You have to go to bed at sunrise at 6 a.m. or 6:30 a.m. I have always believed that you can achieve more in a single marathon night study session than you can achieve in sporadic work spread over 1 or 2 or even 3 weeks. But there are two conditions. The first is you have to be a night owl, as I've already said. If you're not a night owl, this is not for you. The second is you must have passion for your subject. You must have passion for your work. If you don't have passion for your work, for your subject, I think you can somehow ignite it. It's like marrying a girl and then falling in love with her intentionally, systematically, deliberately. Certainly not something impossible. So, if you are a night owl, that's the only condition. The other condition you can somehow fulfill. If you're a night owl, you must try out marathon night study sessions, night work sessions. And I think that if I've achieved anything in my life, I am a night owl, very much in love with my subject. If I've achieved anything in my life, it is at least to some extent because of the regular marathon night study sessions, the regular marathon night work sessions that I have carried out.